nothing. You could have meant Christ if you had an H in there and swapped the R and the I, but hard to say. Hard to say. Oh my God. Just chatting? Wow. This is unexpected. Yeah, well, you know, I'm a pretty unpredictable guy. I'm difficult to pin down. Spontaneous, you know? As we're all familiar. Oh my God. Yo, great outdo. This is exactly what I wanted. Woo! Yo, well, I'm glad, King. I'm glad. We'll see. It's a bit of an experiment. We'll see how it goes. I desperately need to do some D&D prep work, and so alas, it'll be some just chatting. I'll pick your brains for some game mechanics. You'll learn how disorganized I am. And, you know, classics. Oh my God. Late. Witch. What do you mean, witch? What do you mean, witch? Oh my God. Commit naps. Don't be a cow. I'm just saying. Listen. If I feel like nothing's been being accomplished, because I'm too distracted by the hilarity of folks. / I am what you call it? Just like, yeah, I wouldn't need to do too much noodly bits where I'm like, it's getting down into me just like trying different names for something. That's not really fun to do live, you know. Then we might end slightly early. It's all. Or if it doesn't feel like it's a good fit, if it's a good vibe, you know, this is an experiment. It's because New Vegas and Half-Life 2 went long. We have to take it out of your time slot. Equivalent exchange. So true. I am the Full Metal Alchemist. It's listen. Oh man. But which one is the question? Perhaps Metal Arm Man. Actually, that's funny given what's gonna be talked about today. Perhaps missing arm, Metal Arm Man hand. Perhaps it is big suit of armor. Who's to say? Hello there, Nap. I swear to you, I will only send one single digit. Mellow, please. I don't like having to be the referee. I don't like. Do something, ref. I don't like having to arbitrate. Oh, Dios mío. Don't make me have to time people out, please. Oh, it's a normal day. You're gonna move my car if... What's this? We buy junk. Oh, man. What's wrong with my car? It's a great... Listen, that has lived with me since I first saw it. All right? In the computer lab at a school that I attended, you know, and I went, oh, what's this? And it was within a compilation of vines on the YouTubes, you know, and I went, what's a vine? And then I learned, and then I went, wow, how cool. And then somebody went, yeah, they're all done though, they're gone, the app's gone. And I went, huh? I knew nothing about its existence while it was a thing, and then I've only ever saw vines as an after effect. Oh, what a time to be alive. Yo, Ray out the return of the Napodcast. Napcast? No, Napcast is if I get my arm broken, you know? I mean, which would never happen. It can't happen, you know? I've never broken a bone, and I never will. I am the ultimate human being, you know? Oh, what a time to be alive. Thirst Alice. What hilarity. He's done for 4 odd years. Actually, for 5 officially now. As of Saturday, 5 years I've been doing this, baby. Oh, Dios mío. Not to most of you. There's still about half a year till most of you would have shown up. Give or take an MJ, a Tyler, a Tiger, and a Menacing, I think. Edward showed up. No, Edward was during the hardcore world. Pink was the hardcore world. Who else? There was somebody else. There's a handful that I could think of. I could think of like random, and I could think of Q-Up and the like, but If you're too distracted, turn off chat. But that's bad streaming, King. If that's the choice, then I'll be like if it's bad streaming, it's bad streaming. I promise not to dox anyone today. Thank goodness. Thanks goodness. So Nap, what are we doing about last VOD? Because I can edit it if you want, but if you're gonna edit it, I think I will edit it. I think I will edit it, or perhaps, well, no, see, it's the end of a game. I can't consign it to oblivion. Nap got his arm amputated. Confirmed. Confirmed. Great. Last VOD can't become lost media. See, it's so funny because that is absolutely my original gut reaction. We need to erase all evidence. Nap, go back in the game and redo the ending. You got it, boss. You got it, boss. We'll redo the whole thing and everybody will be like, wow, what same reactions we've had. What a time to be alive. You didn't do a 5-year commemoration stream? What a travesty. I was meant to. I was meant to do this on Saturday morning. And then, boy howdy. My father. Me papa came by and demanded assistance. And I said, I guess, I didn't even know you were coming into this. What? I didn't even know you were, like, how'd you get here? Why are you here? Brother, did you cross, like, you don't ever take this, the dog sled. Why are you hate coming to Mid-Nunavut. What are you doing? What a time to be alive. I am not included in the OGs. Well, Mel, I could be wrong, but I do think you would have shown up. When would you have shown up? I feel like you showed up with the hardcore world, but also I'm feeling like late 2021. I feel like I could be wrong. You could have been there during the first bit, but maybe it was less active. I don't know. Oh, okay, Autobot. Bella took a year to show. Oh, okay, so it was into 2022? Huh. If you gained the lead, I mean, I can. Just blur the message. Fair. Oh, hydrate. I apologize. I'm so scrolled far back in chat. I don't blur them. Put a black box over the screen, chat. Don't let anything to chance. I'll put a triple black screen and I'll mirror it as well for that brief moment, and then I'll just have a large message. I'll stop the whole VOD to have a message from our sponsors, which will just be a turned chair as I sit there like Captain America at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, going, "Hey champ, you know what's not cool? Doxing people." Hey Slugger, how you doing? How is the game? Hopefully good. You know what's not good? When you dox your friend. Oh, you telling jokes? I like to tell jokes too. You know what's not good? Taking joke too far. Oh, what a time to be alive. I was hardcore world like right after the start in 2021. Oh, okay. Mello, you were not here in 2023 or 2021. You know, no, I think Mello would have probably been around August, that like initial bump of 2021. So like the hardcore world started in June, and then June, July, August, and September all had lots of people in and out. So yeah, I mean, like if you're judging it based off of following and stuff like that, that may have come later. In the same way, I think Canadian's following date is a lot later than his actual like hangaround date, because Canadian may actually have been here. Canadian may have been here just before, in like May. The real deep lore knowledge is whether or not you remember the RSMP. That's all. That's the only real deep lore, you know? You've got the blur out with Bello, says Tyler. Didn't they send just the number 001? I remember the ramp. Oh, Dios mío. Nelly didn't follow until 2022. That's fine. Nobody asked to follow. Oh, okay, I followed after I started watching. I don't know, man. I remember. Hey, you know what? Maybe you were there in May. I in my mind you're in like the July, June area. Latest probably like August, but like yeah, if you remember the RSMP, then yeah, you were there. I remember the RSMP. Yeah, Tyler, you would. You rocked up and instantly started trying to get me with like a God. Oh my God, you would have been banned so fast if it was today. Oh man. Oh, would you have just been like, I wouldn't even give it the time of day. You should have banned him then. Oh, Dios mío. I didn't start talking much because I used to GSMB chats where there was no point in talking. True. Applause. No point in talking in those. So true. That's true. The big stream chats. Those ones were. I only ever really got it from the there's a handful of creators that I watched that just happen to also do some content for that, and it would be crazy because people would show. It'd be like a quiet little stream, or like a Phil's a Minecraft stream. Suddenly he has like 500,000 viewers, and I go, "What is happening?" You know. You see, Tyler, don't get into it. Don't get into it. Oh, Dios mío. All right. We're pivoting. Okay, fine. I guess. Sure. So today's stream, we are working on a little thing, a little adventure that I've been running solo for a friend of mine in our home D&D campaign. I called the House of Night. You know, that's the whole thing. You know, where he travels through an area that's ripped off of the concept of the Duat, which was the River of Night, which had the Amduat, which had a bunch of other materials. And I'm exploring it as a concept of the Well of Ages because it's a pocket dimension that basically gives me a seemed easy way to do 12 houses of trial for my guy to have to pass through, you know? It's you should have full banned him. Oh my God. Like I was a big stream reviewer and I didn't see any point in talking because no one would see my messages. Yeah, well, especially on the old one where it'd be like, that's why those old streams are really just like, they just kind of badger the idea of emote, which don't get me wrong, emote chats can be fun time to time, you know? But I got used to it here and now. I don't like watching large streamers because I love yapping. Yeah, I gotta be in the right mood to watch a large streamer, you know? You gotta be in the right like vibe for it, which really it's more like television than anything else, you know? Quick, everyone scan the screen for any personal information. Ha! Joke's on you, pal! There can't possibly be any personal information related to this. It's not even my Microsoft Word. I'm stealing it for legal reasons. That's a joke, but well, at the end of the day, listen. Sometimes you know and date the right people. You get their Microsoft Office suite of products, and then you just never uninstall them, and just don't have to worry about it. If I came in sweet with my political jokes I made then today, would you have sniped me instantly? No, not instantly. I'd probably try to suss it out a bit. See, the issue would be I'd have to, like, if you came in totally cold off it, it would be a thing of like, all right, so are you talking about that subject matter because you like that, what happened, or because you don't like what happened? You know what I mean? I'm streaming from the library. That happened once, okay? Oh my God. And it went fine. I don't put it past you, Nap. You shouldn't. I truly, I truly am just choosing to continue to use the what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? The Microsoft suite of products that don't belong to me, because why would I pay for them? You know what I mean? Microsoft has enough of my money. Don't be silly, Nap. You've never dated anyone. So incorrect, but sure. Do you remember my vibe when I first joined stream? I don't. Quiet. Most people were. Most people were just like single messages here and there. Most people were just vibing. Early streams, most people didn't come in swinging. Only really Tyler did that. MJ showed up and tried to get me to answer some of the school homework, which was fun for me because I enjoyed doing it. Tiger talked to me about some recipes, I think. Random was just very obsessed with the concept of an emote about a squid. And so on and so forth, you know? Now, how are my vibes when I joined? Well, when you joined, relatively quiet, but very quickly, once you got into the libertine strain of things, it very quickly became a decidedly, what's the word I'm looking for? Pernicious? No. Persnickety? No. A decidedly impish delight. You know what I mean? It's good timing. I was in my romanticism class. Hey, we talked about Gatsby and Hamlet. It was great. Your memory's very impressive. It's a blessing and a curse, King. I have really good long-term, terrible short-term, and the long-term that I have is, boy, do I remember every embarrassing thing I or my friends have done. Oh, sometimes some things you'll wish to forget. Alas. Besides the elephant in the room, how were my vibes? I mean, for the most part, I really couldn't tell if you were like, I mean, if I'm being genuinely honest, it was like oscillating between trying to figure out what was a bit and what wasn't, and I was not sure if you were like, for lack of a better word, like a Redditor, rage baiter, or if you were trying to, or if you were like quite genuine, because you'd have good jokes, you'd have like good bits, but then you'd swing back to like shock value type humor. And so it was like, okay, I can't tell if this is like an intentional, like just extension of a bit, or trying to and I mean, no offense, that's a perfectly legitimate kind of humor. It's just one that like was like, okay, well, I'm doing a Minecraft stream, you know. I don't mean it in a pejorative way. Including every failed charisma check. Ooh. Sad SpongeBob geometry task gift. Well, I just meant in the way that it can be very like, I got a dark sense of humor. Like, all right, sure, dark humor is funny at times. But like, you know, it's very much like depends on where the audience is at. You know what I mean? Most comedians can achieve a dark joke here or there, but they can't do it off rip. Like, you can't open the show with it. You have to like take an audience like all the way through the first 40 minutes of your set, and then you can hit them with something like that, you know? Let's get back on track before Nap decides to end stream. Oh, Dios mío. So basically, where I'm at is I'm still trying to work out. He's done the first house. And I have an idea for the next 5 houses. It is truly the 6th to 12th that represents a problem. My bits were tame at the start, if I remember. Oh, absolutely! Like the most zany bit was I Libertine, which that's such a wholesome and that's such a cute little bit. That was great. Are you kidding me? That cracked me up. A fake book. That's funny. And then I had wondered until previously in the last stream where you made clear, and I was like, surely Mello's not doing this for them trying to trip people up. They're doing anytime new people show up, but it's instead a callback of in like the most genuine form of clownery. Of like actually being like, oh, whoops, pie on my face, kind of going like, hey, Nap, a new person. I'm gonna get him with iLibertine. And then I watch the Charlie Brown football kick. You know what I mean? Should have banned all of them. But where would we be now? Nice Tuesday, we were joking about colonialism in Minecraft. I got slightly carried away and I said that was but I went bad, feeling bad. That sounds like me. That sounds especially in 2021 where I was like, ooh, what is the audience? Because it's like I can find humor in a decent colonialism joke, like, you know, but it's also like only in the right circumstance where it's also like, how do I phrase this? Tongue-in-cheek, and where nobody's actually like, I actually think colonialism was good, and you go, wait, what? Wait, I thought we were talking about something different. Wait a second, huh? And so it's always hard to suss that out off a rip, you know? Yo, touch it out, though. Hello, how are you today? I'm just popping in to say hi, because I need to study for even more midterms. How could it possibly be the middle of term? It's January! Oh, God! Oh, what a time to be alive. Oh, no, it's to make me laugh. I think MJ was mean about my bit after the third time and I went on iLibertine strike. I actually think colonialism is based. Oh, I just always feel guilt about Miles' stuff because I hold myself to a high standard. Well, you know, you shouldn't. That's good. It's good to have high standards and hold yourself to those things. But nobody's a paragon, you know. Anybody who tell you they're like a paragon of good or whatever is terrible. My uni started in November. Ah, wild. What's up? I'm getting water. What are you doing? The joke doesn't really work because you've already said what you're doing. Oh man. Got amazing news. Oh, I passed my first midterm 29 to 40. Yo, in the hellish subject that is English phonetics. Yo, English is a nonsense language. Hey, congrats, dude. That's awesome. You should be very proud of that. My God, English phonetics. Ooh, rough way to be. Learning English in any capacity, studying any grammatical element in English, bad way to be. I hold myself to a low standard. Colonialism, smallpox, funny native joke here. Dear God. Why? Oh, Dios mío. Anyway, so what we're doing today, the second house is the Trial of Darkness, because that's what it is in the actual duat, supposedly. According to the description of the duat. Oh, I forgot to put up. There's some other. Where's the? There's the actual duat script, and then some other touchstone images. For some of the architectural views that I'm going for in just the vibes. This kind of location is somewhere between New Kingdom Egypt, the Delhi Sultanate, and somewhat of oh God, I'm blanking on their name, but they made Petra. They made the site of Petra. Oh God, what was that little? It was like a client state of Rome for forever. It was conquered by Trajan. Oh Lord Almighty, what was it called? Oh, I forget. Oh well. Anyway, it starts with an A, I think. Mind you, English is not my first language. I mean, that's just more impressive. It's not even similar to my language. Once again, more impressive. I know Trajan had a column. True. True, he did. Classic column of Trajan. I think the worst event was when Tyler doxed you. Me and Mello meeting up IRL will be the worst event in history. I'm gonna be out of town that day. I can't find information on the houses of night anywhere. Well, it would be in some material about the Amduat. So the Amduat's the Book of the Dead. And the Book of the Dead talks about how there's the different houses that and by houses it could also be described in another term as the Kereks of the Duat, which are the little shallows that Ra's boat would stop at along the way and along the route. So of these 12 houses, let's see, I got my notes here somewhere. So yeah, the first one is usually where Ra like begins his journey. Second one and third, so like the first house is a house of night because it's always sunset there. The Duat is kind of this collection of the shadow of all existing rivers. Eventually it gets to the House of Rest on the Lake of Fire, and then this also has the Hall of Judgment. That's where you got your Anubis and the Feather and the weighing things out, you know? So I would say I would draw a nap at school. My friends always thought I was drawing Wilbur Soot, formative Napoleon the Seventh member. Yeah, fair enough, you know. It's similar coats, I guess. I remember you talking about that because you'd sent a piece of art to the art channel and then mentioned that. And I was like, why am I getting compared this way? Oh my god, I'm not even British. What's gonna happen in the Trial of Darkness? Well, I'm thinking for the Trial of Darkness, it'll be largely about kind of the life and death beginnings that you get. It's the first like real trial. The first house was kind of getting into it, and that was meeting a Sphinx where he met the Sphinx of the memory of the horizon, or the memory of the first horizon, which is where'd they go? There's someone's here. Mekmet, or Meket, Memaket. Anyway, so they had a whole riddle about who they are, and that's because Sphinxes in my world, slash I guess now in actual D&D in 2024's D&D, but screw them, I did it first. Is the idea of Sphinxes are ideas. All Sphinxes are born out of the first time a thought was thunk. So the idea of like, yeah, this Sphinx, because in my world they're more like demigods than just like beasts there or like monsters. It's like, no, that thing's got insane powers, and it's because, you know, the idea of like a Sphinx is literally created every time a new thought is thunk, and then the older the Sphinx, that means the older the idea or the thought. So this is the Sphinx who was the first Sphinx to be the memory of the idea of a horizon. So the first time that a creature on the prime material plane actually thought about the horizon created this Sphinx. You know what I mean? They're making me, a white Native American, go to a casino. Huh? We're going to a casino when we met. That's kind of crazy. That's, you know, just, it's the New Vegas of it all, surely. Surely. Oh, my dad was the one who said, they were, dear Lord. And yapped to my friends for 10 minutes about what courtesy is when it comes to knights in medieval England. I'm sorry, Mr. Anyway, I'm gonna go be lurking because I have to read the Canterbury Tales and analyze it, and yap to my friends for 10 minutes about what courtesy is when it comes to knights in medieval England. Ooh. Well, have fun with your chivalric code, which is ironic because that's, I think, a French word. Everyone shut up! Mystic Messenger chat! No. No, I'm gonna throw your phone if we're talking IRL and you tell me to shut up for a bit. Oh no, not the phone being thrown in Beantown. No, please don't throw it into the water. No. Oh. We're gonna win it big on blackjack. And that's how we're gonna pay for our plane tickets. What do you mean? You're gonna bet it all and then on blackjack and then go, oh man, this reminds me of the time that Nap won big at blackjack in New Vegas. Oh man, we should give this all to Nap. What a time to be alive. We're going to the casino because we started playing blackjack while Mello actively wasn't there. Mello was... Huh? Does the amount of times a thought is thought affect the power at all? No, not particularly. It's so they start out small and then grow in power more from both age and then also their thirst for other knowledge. So then they are just keepers of knowledge and secrets, as sphinxes normally are in their mythology. But their origins, I like the idea that they're kind of like the, you know how Athena's born of a thought? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. That's neat. I like that. The knights were French. Of course, it's a French word. Got me there. It is not ironically actually it actually came from the French. I mean, what I said ironically. I'm more just meant it's ironic that you're studying English, and then it's a French word. I mean, there's a lot of English words that are French words, but it's like, I gotta study the phonetics of English, and it's like, okay, go learn these French words. There's irony in that. Nap has the image covering half the screen in chat, so when we inevitably dock someone again, it's already. Oh, that's true. I have to bring the chat ahead. That's right. But then again, maybe you're right. Maybe having the chat on screen was the problem. I wouldn't have to go edit that video if I didn't do that. Oh, it's probably not one. Probably not. Okie dokie. So the trial of darkness. Yeah, it's gonna be marked by the transition from day to night. Marked as a transition of life to death. This house. I live at 123 Flower Street. Wow. Dios mío. See, the actual duo one stresses fertility in this moment. But that's not gonna be here. This house is saturated in the echoes of primeval waters. Yeah, I guess because the idea is that it's got to be very old. It's meant to feel very ancient, and that life and death in a way that it's like, yeah, I mean, the whole point of this area is I think you even have yeah, the idea of like, yeah, God, the whole gods have been born and lost along the infinite shores of the Duat, which is just a great like concept. It's like, yeah, this whole thing, this little don't like you're gonna dock and you're gonna go experience something, and then you're gonna get back to the dock and get back on the ship and leave. Don't dilly dally. Don't hesitate, you know? What a time to be alive. Yo, baby! Oh, dude. Guys, stop pretending you live in my house. I'd like it to know Tyler just messaged me Beantown with no context in DMs. I mean, didn't somebody say it was you guys were going to like casinos in Massachusetts? I could only assume. Did you know that's our Airbnb? What a time to be alive. Oh man, Bread Bites, I hope you're having a grand time. I hope you live in La Vida Loca, King. I'm losing my mind. This house is saturated in the echoes of primeval waters, reflected by the... Oh, Jesus Christ! Why? Oh my God! And for what? And for why? Oh my god. Oh my god. Welcome to my hell, right buds. I apologize if that was loud into the mic. I bumped it when my hand flew up, and it may have gone almost right into my face. By the underworld. Dios mío. This hour will stress fertility and mortality. I guess I could keep the fertility. Like, fertility is what it would be like from the actual duat, and I do like that. But yeah, the fertility and mortality will stress fertility and mortality in examination. No, represented through agriculture and the innumerable unnamed gods of the lower registers. Yeah. Guys, how's it? 1, 2, 3 Flower Street just opened up. The tenant moved out, so it's for sale. In this economy, Dios mío. I don't want to see my page, but I really like world building. I want to see what that does. I'm trying. I'm working on it. You're sending the player through the house of fertility. Oh boy, this can't go well. Hope they're not aboard. Well, see, you're taking fertility to mean purely carnal elements, which you know, I can appreciate why. That's what most people in the modern day will associate the term with. But in reality, like, you know, gods of fertility and the like that, like it's more about life than anything. It's more about fertility goddesses and the like are yo, Isaac. What a time to arrive, Isaac. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hi, we're talking about ancient fertility rites in Egypt. What time to be alive? What are you doing? Listen. I promise it's not weird. I promise. Oh my god. Most of us Raiders were discussing something when we were 4C. At gunpoint was Big Toda brought to my chat as Icy went, "You're gonna go to that boy's chat and you're gonna like it." Oh, ancient fertility rites sounds like you would know a lot about a good vacation spots to go to. Oh, Dios mío. It's not about sex. Oh my god. Oh, she didn't say you were cool. Icy Moose and I was cool? What's the world coming to? Oh no. I'm so confused. Okay, so for those who don't know, which is the people who just showed up, we're currently working away on a D&D so Dungeons and Dragons solo adventure that I have to have done for a friend of mine who's actually going through this, and I've been running out of time and I still wanted to stream, so I was like, you know what, I'm going
to fertility rites. Dude, you haven't even experienced modern ones.
The fact that that's funny is killing me. Oh, come on! That was diabolical. Bro, you're just streaming your homework, so true. So, why is there ancient fertility rites in D&D? Oh, well, you see, so the character got through much of their own doing, ended up transported into a miniature dimension, which is based in large part on a trial known as the Amduat, or the Book of the Dead in Egypt, which was the renewal cycle in ancient Egypt that Rosbo would go through to bring the sun back around, and yada yada yada. Anyway, but that's not explicitly what this is, but the basis of that is occurring for the mini adventure that character's going on, because it's related to a civilization. Because in my world, I decided ancient dragon civilizations should be inspired by Egypt, because, well, I like Egypt, and also I've not seen that done.
Anyways, hi Raiders. There's this book I think you guys
Oh
will
no,
like.
not I Libertine. Oh, please. Oh man, I got cooked by that. I got cooked by that Mello one. I can't lie. I can't. You know what? That is probably the funniest thing Mello said. Oh. Never knew D&D was more work than a full-time job. So true. So true. Nobody works harder. Simple fix for this fertility rights thing. Treat all fertile creatures as hostile witnesses with rules based on the Book of Withholding. Well, and so that's what I was getting to was the idea. It's fertility rights is what the second house of night is about during the renewal cycle, because it's about the Nile and stuff like that.
What are we? Some sort of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
Stream Indiana Jones Friday to make this bit worth it.
You don't even like the Indiana Jones game. Oh, Dios mío. Soon me and Chef here figuring out how to get my setup. Yo. What true for the prison break? Part 2? So a bag of withholding. But no, I was gonna say, yeah, so anyway, the second house of night is usually about fertility rights and death, and I like the idea of exploring that for life and mortality, in the idea that,
Fertility,
you know,
I hardly know her anyways. Stream Indiana Jones. I'm putting my 25 cents all on this.
neither of you like the whatever. Sure. Death? Well, you'll never guess what's at the opposite end of the coin that is life. Yeah. So with fertility, it's the idea of birth and death, not fertility rights in a lot of ancient societies, particularly the ones that this society is based on, which is the New Kingdom of Egypt, the Delhi Sultanate, a little pinch of Parthia, and then also some of, I'm blanking on their name, but the group that made Petra to be basically the life. Do Assassin's Creed Odyssey so we could go to ancient Egypt. Hey, you know what? In fairness, we did play that on the channel
I am
before.
starting a poly market bet that you stream Indiana Jones Friday and betting $1,000 on yes. I
What
call
do
it
you
the
mean?
Indiana Jones Gambit.
What do you mean? Don't bet money on anything I'm gonna do.
It's the Indiana Jones Gambit, and Gambit always know the odds.
Don't quote X-Men. Oh my god.
All in Diana Jones.
True. What weird, donated you, of all people, 2,275 subs. That would be totally human. He scares me a little. I wish he would be more responsible with his money. I've begged him to be more responsible with his money. And to this day, he will show up out of the ether. He will appear, gift 50 subs, and return to the ether. He'll say howdy, maybe one more sentence, and be gone. And I go, okay. Oh my god, he's totally not human. Oh, he makes good soups. Buddy, what is that? No, not the sad clown. Oh, Dios mío. But the, what was I saying? Oh, fertility. That's what I was Anyway, the idea of life and that agriculture and fertility also factor into one
Well, this guy
another.
named Human eats expired food and lives in squalor and instead gifts 100 subs, then never speaks in chat.
Oh, For the love of God, tell me that's not true. I know he eats cheese. I know he chooses to do canned food, and God, he needs to spend his money on him. It's beyond. Generous is a word that is inadequate to describe it. It is. Like, sure, it's over the last 4 years, but brother in Christ, that man needs to put that money towards himself. Nap's secretly always talking about me. He loves me. Secretly always talking about Icy Moo. So true, so true.
Human, he ate 10-year-old expired food last night on call he showed us.
Why? Why would he do that? He chooses the worst food known to man. I'm calling him broke to make fun of him. He's fine. Dios mío. Anyway, so yeah, basically the idea is that each one of these houses is representative of a trial that character will have to go through. If they succeed, they will be granted a cool magic item, which will be a crystal hand. Ooh, kind of like this, which will then, well, it'll replace their own arm. They don't know that yet. They might say no. Anyway, it gives them cool powers and all that, but part of that, it also comes with being the seal of Aqaba, which is an ancient civilization that is in that world, and yada, 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 and basically gives them a bunch of cool powers. But to get it, they gotta survive this multi-part trial to earn the legacy of a now dead civilization, and then become the steward of that civilization. Vizier is the official position. What that means, well, that's up to them. That's up to them as a character. You know? Here's some really good rules for people of the ancient fertility rites. When attempting to retrieve an item from the bag withholding, a player must succeed a DC 14 persuasion check, or the bag will get more time. Each failure increases the DC check by 1. If it's in the bag, the import will allow access for a minute. Instead of the DC thereafter. During the DC, the DC resets to 14, allowing it on. Bag withholding as a chance to reconsider its feelings over the course of the night. A sentient bag of holding seems wild. I feel like that's just a mimic. I feel like that's just a mimic with extra steps. Tyler, this is your warning. Tyler, relax. What was I saying? It's a bag holder. You have to convince it to let you open the bag. Again, it seems like a mimic. For him, knocks him. My God. He didn't get timed out. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot about that. Mello. I forgot about that entirely. Oh God, why have I streamed for these past 5 years? Oh Lord Almighty. Oh, it was all a mistake. Oh, the highs and lows of high school football. Oh, Dios mío. Oh, what have I done? Why do you all choose to get as just as wild as possible, as soon as my public image is available to others? Oh my God, Icy comes here, nice as can be, and the lot of you. So I heard something about us being promised Indiana Jones. Where is it? Oh, Dios mío. Have you streamed for the past 5 years for me? Of course. True. It's all been, it's been my Jay Gatsby green light lit at the edge of the pier, waiting for Icy Moo to come by. Every night I throw the party, yes. Oh. People decide to be funny when I am here. That's true. They get lively. This hour will stress fertility and mortality. represented through agricultural and the innumerable named got to the lower register. So I think, because what that'll probably be as an encounter type will be probably combat. It'll probably be a combat encounter. For him, it'll probably be a... Ooh, actually, I could make good use of the games and warfare. What's that? Because that is actually a pretty good shout. Because what I might do is chuck it in his past. So a theme of life and death. Agriculture. So passage achieved. Sowing seeds into the lands. Watered by probably because it'll probably take place in the past with backstory units. Yeah, probably that makes most sense. All right, let me go look. Have a shower. BRB Chinese. Cool. Later, Archie. Have a good rest of your day. Have you thought about just having all of them give it the Barbie and Ken one? Dios mío. Hey, Ian, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Do you go by Ian or do you go by Zane? Counter type is socks and sandals. They will hurt. Chances. Crazy. Not the socks and sandals. Don't forget about no socks and boat shoes. What are these footwear conversations? I go by Zane. Zane it is. Be back in 10. Mellow, see you in 30. I just know they're planning Fortnite. I know it in my soul. All right, so that'll be better. All right, 56 minutes. We got one paragraph done. Oh, Lord Almighty. What a time to be alive. No, I'm not. I'm checking Mystic Messenger to talk to my boy, Zen. Not the Mystic Messenger. Not bad. No Fortnite. You heard it here first, everybody. Icy Moose and I'm not allowed to play Fortnite. Oh, well, too bad. Can't play it. Shucks. Oh, well. Update's over already in Fortnite. That's right. Indiana Jones was in Fortnite. I forgot about that. Speaking of MJ, I don't know if you're still here or not, but the idea that Gordon Freeman would get added to Fortnite, crazy, insane, bonkers, genuinely an insane choice. But I kind of wish that went through. Why is that bonkers? I just can't picture Valve characters being brought to Fortnite. I don't think any Valve characters are in it currently, are they? Why is that bonkers? I need him! You want crazy? Wear toe socks and go in high heels. Fully negating the reason for wearing toe socks. Yes, stilettos and toe socks. The best combinations. If you play Fortnite, I'll give you the Indiana Jones skin if I can just buy it. I will accept Hatsune Miku and nothing else. It is by law. By law, it must be the Hatsune Miku skin. It's the only option, truly. All right, let's see. This next one should be the Trial of Courage. Okay, I'll buy you iShow Speed. iShow Speed's in Fortnite? What? Oh, that's real, I guess. It was crazy that they got into Fall Guys, but that used to be on stream, so there was a small chance of that before Epic bought it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I just can't imagine the like Valve material being brought over into it because yeah, Steam versus Epic, you know what I mean? Was a battle pass skin. Can't get him anymore. No! No, do you think Harrison Ford owns it? You think Harrison Ford has his skin? Hey, come on, Aldo! Sowing seeds in lands watered by blood is a dope win state for the theme of life and death. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Because yeah, I think that would be because what it'll probably be is in the backstory of that character is that he was a commander in an army, ends up getting left for dead, like losing badly and being left in the carnage for dead, but then being nursed back to health by some dragonborn that found him, and then becoming a devoted paladin to Bahamut because of that. And so in that, I'm like, well, the first confrontation could be back at, because time is really it's an underworld passage that will draw upon your own memories, and so I was like, I could make him play through the combat that he loses. Not per se because he loses, like it'll be, you know, this how long can you survive type combat, and then result in being like, yeah, now you have the land must be renewed. I know these were your friends, but ultimately the land grew again. That battlefield will have green grass someday. You can go to the modern battlefields of the Somme. You can go to ancient battlefields from Carthage, you know, and the land renews.
Near RRRRRD.
True. If you uninstall Riot Games and all games associated with it and write a fully fledged Indiana Jones D&D campaign, I will give you a really good, you know, thing. A really good thumbs up. A really good, you know, thing, really good, a thumbs up? That's what I've always wanted! Oh my god! You read my mind! They revealed Pokemon Lego sets. They're so awesome. I'm gonna buy them all. Make Human buy them for me. Also, a fully fledged Indiana Jones D&D campaign, that's Call of Cthulhu, my friend. That's just play Call of Cthulhu, but with mostly, like you could do Call of Cthulhu Temple of Doom. You could absolutely run Temple of Doom with the Call of Cthulhu setup. The trouble is that Call of Cthulhu even has their own Indiana Jones character. It's Dr. Nevada Jones, I think. Yeah, I think it's Nevada Jones is his name in that. Or Nevada Johnston, maybe. So I don't want to engage with South Park stuff, but there's a limited time mini battle pass, so the evil demon look over my body, the urge to 100% everything. Oh, wait, is South Park in Fortnite right now? Wait, I think somebody said that. Everyone can appreciate a good thumbs up. So you needed to do a reverse D&D campaign and the party actually plays the bad guys. That actually, you know what? I've considered that actually, a reverse video game, your D&D game where you're the bad guys, but trying to undo the good of the previous campaign, you know what I mean? That seems fun. That'd be like a fun, like, mini campaign, like 5 to 6 sessions, just focused on a few key beats where your heroes did something in a previous campaign. But yeah, anyway, so I do think that is how you achieve passage in the Trial of Darkness. For the Trial of Courage, I have notes on this. One second. The Trial of Courage was something specific. The Gates of the West, the Amduat, oh, this is very much about the waters of Osiris. Okay, that part won't be too prevalent. That gets a little too focused onto Egypt. let's go with, for the trial of courage, a focus on its time and family. Everyone's stuck in other places but need to regroup before the boss is summoned. Ooh! Funhouse Dungeon? Yeah! I feel like there was a module in 2nd edition, which is like from, I don't know, the 90s or 80s or whatever. That was really cool for that. I'm back! It wasn't Zen, it was 707, who I do like, but he is not a love interest in the base game. Oh, it's unfortunate. There's expansions to this game? What do you mean the base game? The implication is that this mobile game has expansions? Dios mío. 2 campaigns give players full creativity with a ton of traps while a horde chases them in a tunnel. Then once they reach the end, you make them create new characters and describe how they need to escape out of the tunnel before the boulder falls and kills everything in the tunnel. Well, I don't think I follow. I don't think I follow what the second characters are doing. They're just going through the same tunnels again, but with a boulder? Is that the idea? This docking confronts past choices. Yeah, past choices, and explores how the threads of time weave. Weave us together into who we are. There is a focus on past actions and relations, exploring our morality versus no, not versus, our morality and regret. Yeah, that works, I think. He put his brother in prison. So I think a cool test would be to get a second chance, maybe? The idea, like, yeah, you don't necessarily regret it now, but it's like, yeah, if you had a second chance and you know, it's that whole idea of like, you know, that's the last time you ever talk to your brother. Like that full like you'll go through it'll be a roleplay encounter. Roleplay counter that will focus in on the idea of like, yeah, I mean, he won't know it until after the conversation ends. It'll be the brother walking away, and it'll be like, so that's the last time you ever talked to him, you know, and then your actions occur. You have a chance now to rewrite that. If you have a regret, you could choose to change it, but that compromises your morality. I mean, you got him put away for the crimes that he had committed for moral reasons. Do those morals still hold for your character 15 years on, or is there a regret, and does he wish he did something? You know what I mean? It's like that familial drama. I don't know how he'll do, but now I'm confused. I'm pretty sure the Egyptians did not have more than 5 houses. Why do I see 12? Well, you see, this is the house of night, so there's one for every hour of the night. Which when Ra would cross along the Duat was supposedly what he was doing. And again, this isn't a 1-for-1. This is just like heavily based or evokes those ideas of the Amduat. But equally, it's like you know, the architecture, like this stuff over here. This architecture is all stuff from like the Delhi Sultanate. So like those middle ones are those are tombs. within the Delhi Sultanate. And then above those are minmar and stuff like that, which are large towers used to convene prayer and the like. But like that architectural style, rather than their official purpose, is more what I'm looking to evoke beyond simply just retreading the Egyptian ideal. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Versus. No, not versus. That's my process. Write a word, say it back to myself several times, and go, no, that's stupid. That's stupid. Why would it be versus? Egypt did not know about 12 hours. Pretty sure their night only lasts 2 hours. So true, King, so true. Oh yeah, there's 3 game modes, an after the story DLC, a few holiday story DLCs, and an April Fool's mode. For a mobile game? Ah! A lot of snakes in Ra's journey. Yeah, this is the journey where he fights Apophis. Apophis? Apep? One of the names. Yeah, it's a banger. And this game is just getting messaged by what was it, hunky boys? That's all it is. It's just a dating sim. I don't think I'd ever heard tell of a dating sim with DLC. That's crazy. Your friend is playing this campaign. What if he gaslights everyone? Gaslights how? Like each NPC he meets, he just goes, that didn't happen. Then he'll fail his trials. I get like I'm not truly worried about that, but because very unlike his character. Passage achieved. I'll say either or between choosing to leave or offering a second chance. Offering a second chance. Yeah, I'd say so. Because I don't think what this is not like a right or wrong check. It is truly a test of just character. Like, where does he think his character's at? Like, has your character changed his opinions on those actions? And if so, whatever option is the correct option. It's a trial to have the courage to do what you feel is right in that moment, because again, this is a whole test that is usually performed, or was in like thousands and thousands of years ago, was being performed by people who were attempting to become the vizier, like one of the high offices of this ancient empire. And so in that capacity, it becomes the idea of like, we're not testing to see if you'll make the right decision per se all the time. We're testing to see if some of these tests are to gauge who you are as a person. Like, where does your morality lie? Burns with lights and wears a gas mask. What else could I be talking about? Are you trying to gaslight me on what gaslighting is? Yo, welcome back. Dios mío. We've made so much more progress. A whole nother tiny little segment. Wowie zowie. Yeah, I think I like that. So the note will be, this will be last interaction with brother, perhaps. Or, yeah. Last interaction with brother. Just that way, it's like, yeah, he has a chance to be like, ooh, maybe I should have changed that, you know? I haven't finished the game, so I could totally be wrong about the plot, but from what I understand, the main character is a girl that got added to a group chat of hot guys by a stranger and ended up being let into a dead lady's apartment. You find out said dead lady ran a fundraising organization, and you are tasked with continuing her work while a strange cult stalks you, and the boys in the group chat fall in love with you. Bonkers. Bonkers. Time to slap the French again? Huh? Why? Again, why did you stop? What's wrong with the French? Pourquoi? Mais pourquoi? Pourquoi dois-tu chez moi? But it's time for a redo. No. Oh, Lord have mercy. One of these days, I'll figure out what Icy has against the French. You know what? One of these days, I'll go to TwitchCon Icy. I'll go to TwitchCon Amsterdam. Only if you take me. Only if you take me to go to the Louvre. You have to. I want to see the Louvre, and that's not in Amsterdam. That's my condition. That's my condition. I want to go see cool art. I want to go see cool museum. I want to go see the palace that Homeboy lived in. Because fun fact, the Louvre is actually originally the palace that Napoleon lived in. Ooh, clearly meant to gaslamp us, but accidentally gaslit himself. I stole mostly through group chats and texts in real time based on your time zone. Mello, this feels very much like your Inscription. This feels like as complicated and cool and I mean it's genuine, like as eclectic and interesting as Inscription is, but it's just mellow coded. That's awesome. Time for me to head out and slap the French again. Bye, Deb. See you later. Bye, Icy. Why? Who's Napoleon? Me. I'm Napoleon. Me. That's me. Most people call me Nap. It's super fun, even if it's kind of corny, and from 2016. Hey, you know? I'm still here. Hello, Brad. How do? Trial of Courage. Yeah, I think that's probably a decent framework for the Trial of Courage. I don't need the nitty-gritty. Like, this is really just meant to be a synopsis of each one, so I know what the passage to achieve will be for each one. Just finish washing the dishes, yo. Who's the original Napoleon? That's Napoleon Bonaparte, the first. He was the Emperor of France. He went around, got up to a few little wacky hijinks. Hey, some people weren't too plussed about that. They were a little mad. So they informed him. They had a little disagreement. He didn't see why they were mad about these things. Sold Louisiana, as you do. 707 is a hacker boy and knows he's in a video game and is in love with the main character no matter what route they take. Insane. French Emperor of France eventually conquered a bunch of Europe. Napoleon Bonaparte? That makes no sense. How could he live long enough to be named if his bones are apart? Well, technically all of our bones are apart. Because there's like sinew between them. Or you could argue atoms between. None are touching each other, Romance route is in a different game mode that you would have to buy earn through playing the man. That's insane. That is such a scummy thing. Wait a minute. Zane has one single bone fused together. Yeah, Zane is just one large skull that just like hovers. But it's quite clear that they knew it was a part at the time. Humans didn't know that at the time. Brother, what level of understanding of anatomy do you think we had by by the 1800? We knew about bones. Must lead all the way back to the Egyptian times. So true. So true. Well, you know, funny enough, he did go there. He went there and he went, ooh, what's this thing? The Rosetta Stone? Cool. How many Egyptian bones did he have apart? Well, quite a lot, actually. His expedition did gather up a lot of what becomes the foundation for modern Egyptology. So, yeah. Duty and legacy. Duty and legacy. Now, this could be one of two things. Because the fourth house is usually the house of rest. But I think I will change that slightly, or maybe move that. The fourth house being the house of rest. Well, I mean, that could work, I guess. But I don't really think it does. Because which one? Wherefore art thou the Hall of Judgment? Woo. Yeah, the Hall of Judgment is, well, because, yeah, so the 5th, 6th, and 7th house kind of all take place near each other. Because they're all on the Lake of Fire, you know? And they're just different stops in the same lake. So this should be the Trial of Rest? No, it'd be it's a House of Rest, but it's House of Rest. The 7th should be the House of, those sounds like a made-up person. He was not a Viking, so why would he have a name that defines that specifically his bones are apart? Who said he wasn't a Viking? I never said that. Maybe he was. Oh wait, no, this should be the Hall of Judgment. I think the 8th house is like the house of the House of Challenges. House of Challenges. The Trial of Trust? No, it's more to do with, I know what I would want this to be, the inexorability. So the 5th house is usually a reference to the area along the riverside where the lost and confused souls are that haven't found their way to the Hall of Judgment. So for the Hall of Judgment, that's like the final destination, their lost souls, and Ra's boat supposedly lights the way. That's part of what this will be. But the Trial of Temperance, maybe? Is that what I'm looking for? Because my general idea would be that this one would be a trial of he will come across a number of diseased and lost and confused individuals, and they'll just try to drain them. The idea of this trial is truly to be like, yeah, you can't save everyone. There will be like there will be too many. If you're looking for the inspiration of this, there's a song called Temple, I think, out of Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical Jesus Christ Superstar, that very much locks to that idea of like, oh, if you were like this godly figure, or like this figure with power from gods, man, at some point you got to be able to tell people like no, because they're like, hey, you could heal me. Like, why aren't you healing me? You have the ability to do it. Please, I need to be. I'm blind, or I'm injured, or whatever. And it's like, yeah, in D&D, like you have these powers. Someone's gonna be there, like if you came to like a town of lepers, for example, kind of thing, like they would absolutely be seeking your aid. And it's like, man, I only got so much juice, and that is, and will the inexorability of that be understood? Like that you know, there's an overwhelmingness of demand, and you can't save everyone. Because I think that's an important lesson. The idea of like, yeah, you're a paladin, you're trying to do the right thing and be good, and you're the good, wholesome knight. One of the darker elements of this is ultimately you're gonna have to choose sometimes to save one or the other. Or equally, it's like, you know, okay, so you get through the first couple souls, and those are obvious ones. Those are good people. Maybe the next souls are souls of criminals or souls of whoever. Like, are you helping them the same? What if it's more detrimental to you? Like, would you still offer the same sacrifice? Would you still offer the healing? And I don't know what he'll choose. But I think it's an interesting quandary. I think it's an interesting it adds drama. And that's the whole thing of like, who are you? What do you stand for? And if he ultimately, I think passage in temperance will be either he learns to either it will be in his choosing to not reject but rebuff these advances, or it'll be from what you call it, him overextending himself, and I'll give him the option, which is not truly a mechanic, to be like, okay, you want to use lay on hands? Sure. Okay, you're out of them. Okay, you can draw from your own health. And will he draw from his own health? So which of these 12 hours in the house of Christ, and which hours the house of Poseidon? None of these have any Christ nor Poseidon within them. Trial of Temperance. I don't know about like that name for it, but in general, this will be where the lost and confused souls are left upon the shores of the Lake of Fire. I should change that. Lake of Primordius, we'll call it. Because that sounds better than Lake of Fire. Left upon the shores of the Lake of Primordius. Often seeking guidance and aid from the voyaging vizier. Oh, whatever. Richard Warning, Hasman Island, went bad October. Might want to visit. I feel like the housing market went bad everywhere. Oh, the world's spinning down. Oh well. Aid from the voyage. After seeing guidance and aid from the voyaging ship. This trial will test the APC's abilities and compassions. Passage Chief Yo. How do? How's life? How's the wife? How's the kids? Hopefully good. Passage achieved. What would be a good trigger for that? So probably either overextension, or alternatively a good passage achievement. Control, moderation, control, prudence, conservation. See, that's the thing, is like, I think temperance works for that idea, but it's more, and it's I don't know if it's more about learning the control or if it's more about handling like an inexorable demand, if that makes sense. Like this all-consuming demand that will always exist. Like you will never be able to satisfy everyone's needs. So then the question becomes like, oh, how do you make the choices you do? Like how do you engage with such an inexorable demand of your person? Overextension, or alternatively, what's the word I'm looking for? Not cut off, but it was a very nicely organized format for DMGM script writing. Yo, thank you. It's this table's what I mocked up for like a more simplified version of the different states in a semi dream sequence-esque vibe of a mini adventure, solo adventure for one of my players. With the first page being all kind of like reference information that'll be useful, of like, oh, these are the names and people that I need to keep in mind. Gacy asks, or needs lore, because it's basically he's doing the old Orpheus travel through the underworld of an ancient, long dead civilization with dead gods who were long forgotten. So it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, they're gonna be a little feisty. They might not want to see you. Overextension versus prudence, I guess. Prudence. Passage achieved with overextension or prudence. Oh wait, no, I know. Overextension or what am I looking for? Trying to make them self-sustaining. What's a word for that? A word to help create self-sustaining patterns amongst the community. To help someone help themselves, if that makes sense. There's got to be a word for that. Term for helping someone to help themselves. Sustainable, independent. Yeah, but those aren't. Oh, that's a good word. Actually, wait a minute. Empowerment. So overextension or empowerment. Overextension of self or empowerment of others. There is a word. I can't get it. There definitely is a, yeah, exactly. It's like I know there's a word. Term for helping someone helping themselves. Yeah, like to help someone help themselves, which is empowerment. You can empower someone to be able to help themselves. It's called enrichment. Well, I think enrichment technically has a slightly different connotation. It tends to be more pejorative, I believe, and then also isn't necessarily. Let me double check. Enrichment definition. Yeah, enrichment, enhancing the quality or value of something, the process of making someone wealthier. Yeah, and so I get that's more to improve someone's financial statement, whereas empowerment is more about like helping them, like finances aren't the system, aren't the issue in this scenario. You know what I mean? What system is gonna use this? So it's in 2014 5e. Still, though, we've yoinked some of the 2024 rules of Dungeons and Dragons for the healing. But yeah, and then a few of the other third-party stuff. So, like for instance, this combat I think will use some of the Kingdoms and Warfare third-party rule set, which was a book by MCDM, who recently made Draw Steel. Actually, really good game. Highly recommended if you've never gotten into it. You know, fertility rights. You talk about fertility rights in Ancient Gods once, and the Twitch chat never forgets it. Oh, Dios mío. But yeah, in general, this is a sort of journey through the Houses of Night, which is a heavily inspired by like the Duat and New Kingdom Egyptian myth, and their Book of the Dead, as like a journey. The use of a lot of adjectives to describe a scene remind me of Fate Core. But I'm now assuming you're using those adjectives to describe lore element, not a gameplay one. A little of both, I suppose. If that makes sense. So like the encounter type for some of these are like specifically going to be roleplay or combat encounters, but they're oh, I bumped the mic, sorry about that. But the theme, it's loose in the way that I don't want to overwrite it, if that makes sense. These are the themes that I want to be like, or I believe to be likely to be explored through each of these trials by their character, but how they engage with it or what answers they come to, I'm kind of want to leave open-ended to them. Which is why, for some of these, it's like, the Trial of Courage, they can achieve passage by either leaving or offering a second chance to the relation they had from their last interaction with their brother due to a backstory item. Because it's not really about a right or wrong answer. It's more about what does that player feel. Like how do they view their character? Has their character changed since the story started? They're about level 6, almost 7 now. So like, since that time, like have they changed views? Do they regret the decisions they made in their backstory? Do they not? As the character, not necessarily as the player. Like the player definitely doesn't. The player didn't have to do anything, but you know what I mean? Lego pickup pieces showed up. I could start to work on my friend's Lego mosaic. Yo, nice. Do you got the new smart brick? I don't know a lot about the smart brick other than the fact that it's like got lights and sounds, and I'm like, it seems so. I mean, like not like cool, I guess, but it's so I don't know, overproduced for Lego, if that makes sense.
6-7.
Jesus Christ. Why? Why? For the love of God. I don't buy Lego anymore. Oh, for any particular reason? Yo, how do? How's life? How's the wife? How's the kids? Hopefully good. Hopefully good. Works at Lego store and she buys a ton herself. So no reason to have duplicates. Fair enough. That'd be sick. That'd be a sick thing. Working at a Lego store, dude. Sounds like it'd be awesome. I mean, probably suck around the holidays because parents, but still. What type of music does a printer play? What type of music does a printer play? Running music? I don't know. I'm thinking of ink. Paper You got me. You got me. I didn't even. I was focused on. I was like, oh well, an inkjet printer. Okay. Well, what could it be? Ink. Yeah. Dear Lord. That's cute. That's cute. I like that. I'm not gonna comment on any possible realism or lack thereof of the interpretations of ancient fertility, right? As I'm literally an anthropologist and I'm not gonna be a spoil sport. Well, I feel absolutely free. I mean, so this is in this case, it's a basis of a number of different things. Some of it pulls from the New Kingdom of Egypt, some of it pulls from the Delhi Sultanate, and and some of it pulls from a little bit from Parthia and a little bit from, and I'm blanking on the name of their empire, but the people who control Petra and stuff like that. And so, you know, like, because the journey through the Duat was heavily inspired by a lot of the fertility rites that they'd had in the New Kingdom, because it was seen as a shadow of the Nile in real life. There was the waters of Nun and the like, so it's it was sort of a replenishing thing, and the fertility of like the sun in that capacity of like Ra was reborn each night in his journey. So it's more pulling from those, and with those, for that trial specifically, it's looking at the idea of, it'll stress the idea of fertility and mortality, just in the concept of like birth and death. So fertility in the idea of like, you know, you may have fought on a battlefield, but that battlefield will renew and grow new grass and new plants, and new life will emerge upon it despite the death that once occurred there, you know? The pieces in the box are mostly for the frame. Fun fact, some of the pieces for the frame are no longer made, or I had to order them off eBay. Dios mío. I mean, that feels like, you know, you pulled out all the stops. My God. House of Rest. My phone's on low charge. It's pretty late. Good night, Ep. Good night, chat. Good night, Gwen. Sleep well, dude. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye. For the House of Rest, so like in some of that's yeah, that would normally be in the banks of the Lake of Fire. It had a guard. Who was its guard? Oh, Knum. That was really just like a brief respite for Ra, but I don't know if that's what I want it to be. You know what? Maybe I want the House of Rest to appear at the 6th house. And then I could change the No, because Law and Chaos makes more sense.
Libertine tells the story of a social climber who styles himself as Lance Courtenay. Most of the plot is closely
that's
based
my
on the
favorite
life
book.
of Elizabeth Chudley.
I, Libertine. What a great book. You always say rest of your evening nap. The evening's over. I'm going straight to bed. And I mean straight to bed. In a minute, I'll be in bed. There's no more evening to be had. Says you. Says you. Hey, you know, you probably gotta go brush your teeth. Probably gotta go, like, you know, get a glass of water or something, or set an alarm. Maybe say goodnight to some people. You got some evening left. Brush my teeth already? Well, what can I say? For however long you're still conscious, I hope it's an enjoyable period. When can we talk about ancient Discord sticker right? Why are no stickers allowed in general? Huh? The concept of Ascension of Ra by Seth fighting Apophis every day is more of a chaos conf. In fact, pretty much the same as all versions in Indo-Europe, Semitic and Levantine cultures, and not as much a straightforward fertility story. Fertility is what Ra offers after Ascension. Seth fighting Apophis represents the taming of nature, of chaos by humans in our endless battle for taming nature. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the second house specifically. Was the second and third house particularly focused on the fertility of the waters of Nun? Like if in the actual, like in the Amduat text and stuff like that, or well, rather in our translations of them that we have. So those sections had some focus towards fertility, whereas the later houses focused more on the actual, with the battle with Apophis and the there's the renewal of the sun in general, but then there's also, like you say, a battle of nature, battle of chaos, etc., etc. Which is where you get things like Ma'at and Law and Chaos and Later on, hope and redemption and the like, and your house challenges and judgments, and your way your yeah, that part is absolutely a fertility worship. Yeah, just the earlier bits. As it goes, I mean, the entirety of the Book of the Dead, as we know, kind of covers like a whole bunch of different elements. And so I changed up the second and third house in this to be a lot more loose with that kind of idea because, well, Nun and Osiris aren't necessarily in this world. In fact, this is all for me. What I ended up doing was I made the draconic empires of the past heavily inspired by Egypt and the Delhi Sultanates and Parthia and so on, because I like that idea. I'd never really seen. I'm sure it exists, but I've never really seen a lot of dragon mythos be associated, despite a lot of snakes, be associated with Egypt. And so I thought, hey. That'd be a cool touchstone. Give it a little something different. And then it's been kind of a build through those. I've been able to build out their own kind of cultural mores and folkways and so on and so forth. God, this House of Rest is really setting me. I do know an option that I have for that, which is for an experience of the fall of Khemri, or maybe a fall of a different city in Aqaba, but that would be him experiencing the life of a past vizier rather than his own issues, which is something that's going to come up. I just don't know if duty and legacy. Well, it's the duty and the legacy to the vizier, I suppose, or to the stewardship of this memory that he's meant to be upholding. Yeah. But that also kind of feels like it should be in the Law and Chaos, maybe. But, well, because Ma'at was, she was, oh god, she's like a goddess. She's a personification of truth and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure she's involved in the House of Judgment. Oh god, what was her involvement? Is she where the feather came from? I think so. But no, I do think I would rather keep that being similar to the actual idea of the 7 jackal-headed poles with their enemies bound each to one, waiting to be beheaded and stuff like that. Please tell me House 9 is the 9th house. No, because this is irrespective of the 9 hells. This is it's actually a totally different underworld. In the idea that so I have a large dragon, some of the most ancient dragons in this world, like Osira, who's one of the most ancient dragons, and she was a cosmic dragon. She is believed to have been, she by some was believed to have been killed, but in reality, she's actually just slumbering. Her death did not take, it's a death sleep, and in her dream, she has dreamed the draconic afterlife into existence, which not every soul goes to. Only certain, like, so that's the thing, is it's a, I'm a big believer in fantasy worlds, of the ideas that multiple afterlives should exist, and the idea of like a more alien experience between different races and cultures and stuff like that. Like the idea like elves should not just be hot humans, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, you're pretty and you live long. It should be a bit weirder than that. It should be like, no, it would be very different, beyond just the idea of like, oh, 100 years is a blink of an eye to an elf. It's like, well, there's also probably other things, like how they experience emotions would be a little different, how they engage with things and stuff like that. It's the same reason why in my world half elves and stuff like that are not a thing, or rather, if there is, there's probably like one in the world currently, because it's more of a Tolkien-esque idea of the idea of so like Tolkien had like Elrond is Elrond the half elven, and that's because it was a miracle performed by his parents beseeching the gods. And the guy and being like, please, we want child, and then the child was given the choice: do you wish to be elf or man? But in his lineage, he is part human, part elf, but not in like a Spock way, not in like a, oh, he has the chromosomes of both. Because they're aliens, like they're incompatible in that way. They are different species. So it is truly to be a half elf in that way is in this world at least a divine miracle or intervention. To be like, yeah, you should elves have never been hot humans. Have you seen Lord of the Rings? It is quite clear Legolas is not made of Lego. He is not a lass, and he is not conventionally hot and sexy. Yeah, you know what? You're right. He's not Lego, except for in the Lego game of Lord of the Rings, and he's not a lass unless you ask Gimli. But my friend, listen, I gotta say, he's very conventionally hot and sexy. Elves are made of fungi. Oh my god. I think that's what orcs are made of in the Warhammer universe, isn't it? Aren't they like fungus? I think so. Which is just so funny to me. What you call it? But similarly, it's the idea that I also like each different group having their own kind of cultural gods versus the kind of like greater old one god. Like there's the creator gods who like actually created or started the spinning of the globe and stuff like that, and they're, you know, not nearly as everybody kind of knows of them, but most people aren't like praying to them necessarily, because everybody's kind of got their own saint or their own cultural gods, you know. Telepathic fungus made of a group of sentient frogs. Sentient frog, like the Slan. So, if you never speak to these elves, how can you know they are a fun guy? I just like to think the best of people, you know? What was I gonna say? Well, I do think I'd like to add a bit more into this. I wonder if there's a different Parthian myth. We just know so little of Parthia. So it's a lot of the like architectural styles and visuals. Similar to on screen over here, I have the what you call it? God, I'm blanking. Oh, tombs. Tombs and the Minmar from the which are like prayer towers from the Delhi Sultanate. Because that architectural style is very much embedded in this. But what are Parthian underworld? I wonder if there's anything in this folded in. Yeah, highly Persian inspired. Actually, that'll be these when you have to just bolt Persian world to deep well, yeah, terrifying as dark, something extremely narrow, very, very little. Okay, well, deep falsehoods. See, where's the underworld that's just chill, huh? Come on, why is it always so sad? It's always so sad. All right, House of Rest. Duty and Legacy, and I wanted to also play into Damnatio. Is that how you spell that? Damnatio and Moria, which is the damnation of memory. So why was this society gone? Yes. So the House of Rest. Probably, yeah. Oh, very strange. Now, very strange, but I suppose it looks different. I suppose it looks different to pass through doors. Will be experiencing a bit of an odd existence, I think, through it, as it can maybe the House of Rest is just very unrestful. House of Rest is very unrestful. I do like the idea of weave through early monastic learnings as a paladin in own past and the fall of memory / Akaba, the lives of the past of stewards. All right. The underworld lives in the attic of this 12-house story building that is upside down. So true. And we're gonna remodel it and flip it. This is Property Brothers. we're gonna give you a cool new do, and they just redo the bedroom as a jungle room. Yeah, all right, I like that. Learning as a paladin in his own past. I like the idea that it's confronting his own past while also confronting the ideas of because basically in gaining this hand, he will gain. For those that don't know, there was a series called the Outer Limit. Which is like from the 1950s. It was a sci-fi show, and within which there was an episode about a crystal hand, which I love, and yoinked this idea from Matthew Colville, known D&D personality, and of the idea of giving somebody a crystal hand that will give them. Wait, he's playing a paladin? Yes, he is. That will give him specific information, as well as unlock some new potential powers. But do I want him to give up his arm now or later? At the beginning or at the end? Hard to say. The fourth element, will have some potential. Hoping the redemption, maybe that would be a good place. Or rebirth is. But see, the final house is probably the best place for him to do that, because it'll be his choice as and or part of a reward. But it means he won't get to test it out at all. I don't know how I feel about all that, but still, it's something. Yeah, the House of Rest needs the most work because I think it's two ideas that I like, and maybe that duty and legacy needs to appear elsewhere. Maybe that's the Hall of Judgment rather than the House of Rest, because it is the future and the past. It is literally his own past and also the past of others, and what that will mean for his own future. Maybe. But also, I want him to experience a skill challenge where he's escaping a collapsing city. Come here. It'll be fun. City, sieged city collapses. Nice. You know, he is playing a paladin worshiper of Bahamut. Then you might as well scrap the entire story. It's quite clear in the history books during infertility rites times that all clerics, priests, and paladins were forbidden to enter Egypt. Alas, the good news is this isn't Egypt. So the good news is it truly doesn't matter what happened in Egypt, because at the end of the day, I'm not writing about it. I'm writing about my own little thing. What them there Egyptians and their new kingdom? Ah, phooey. This should be in the one to the right, so that I actually will remember to properly do it. Boom. An extra ability. This will be a roleplay encounter. See, the other trouble is this needs to be not so all-encompassing that like he can't get through it. There's 12 of these houses, and some of like I need him to burn through. He's been through the first, so I need him to go through like these 4 in a session, and then the rest basically to the you know what, the hope is to get him to the House of Rest. If I'm being realistic, I'd love to get him to just before the Hall of Judgment. That'd be a great place to get him to, because then I would feel confident that we can you know swing it home from there, you know. So this will probably be a combat, and probably a combat involving. So where is Aladdin rug for the paladin to fly straight to the last floor? So true, so true. Get the genie! But that's in Agrabah. Right. Almost had him. Almost had him. Jafar, why? So this is a trial of Lord Chaos, and also truth. So this is the trial of truths. No, that's the Hall of Judgment. So this is the trial of roll 3 nat 20s in a row and he gets a G. The genies aren't even here. They're on a different plane of existence. They're in the elemental planes. Oh, Yikavolt. Trial of Chambers. So true. So true. Chamber of Secrets. The only way. The trial of law versus chaos and truth. Trial of something. I just don't know what would make most sense. Not the trial of truths. In the duel, like the typical place of this is the duat is raw boats it comes across some people bound to jackal-headed poles who are to be beheaded, and it's just bearing witness to that. I don't think that makes for good D&D, so that's not exactly what I'm looking to evoke. But I don't know what what's very Vizier, like the big question here for him. So he's playing a human is the thing. So the big question is like, what does it mean to be saddled with upholding the legacy of a dead empire thousands of years later? Like, what does it mean to be saddled with the memory of a dead empire? Like, you are the steward of a memory that doesn't belong to you. Trial of Jones, depict Indiana Jones effect outcome. What, did you ban him for playing a fighter? Is he basic? No, he just actually originally I think only of the 4 players, 3 of them all picked human originally. One of them's dead now. The guy who was playing a Laportian, which was a redo of a Leonin, but leopard-like, snow leopard-like, they're dead. And then the other human is, well, he's not dead, but he's not in the party anymore, and he came back as a tiefling wizard. But yeah, no, they just played humans because, I mean, they're in a region that's heavily human dominated. Chamber of Child of Chambers. Genius. So genius, it just might work. Man, I feel like I'm in a very finicky area with it. Yeah. Well, you know what? We got 4 of the houses done, and I think that's I almost need to play it to get the inspiration for what the next stuff will be, because I need to see how he will be. You know, how he's meshing with what is like is this gonna work for him? Do I need to stylistically change up how he's going to engage with it, you know? So I think outside of no, I know the churn, the great separation, maybe convene with myth-red deities. That could probably be in the house of challenges. No, what is the 9th house? Trial of justification. Trial of gaslamp. Oh my god. Trial of justification. I think you've just that's just the name of my stream. What do you mean? The 9th house is a relatively undefined house, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Yeah, there wasn't really much that I was able to find in any of the research that I did. The House of Challenges is usually Ra comes across 5 doors that he must command to open. So that'll be a puzzle for the 8th house, probably. Puzzle, because we haven't really done many. This was a riddle. We haven't really done many other puzzles. Trial of ADHD is crazy. Oh, Dios mío. I don't think he has ADHD. But then again, I'm not in the habit of psychoanalyzing the my friends. And then I said, "Hi, Medicine. How do? How's life as a wife, as a kid? How you been, pal? How you been? I'm working on random adventure building materials because it seemed fun. When does the red pill and blue pill decision take place? Well, clearly that's at the very end. You know, that's the Sphinx at the end will hold out a red and blue pill. Oh, Dios mío. Oh, D&D planning swag. That's what I said. That's what I said. Yeah, but you do. I do what? Huh? Also, Tyler from the woodwork. Trial of Truth makes sense. Trial of Truths leading into the Hall of Judgment, which will be its own sort of probably not a roleplay encounter / puzzle. Probably makes the most sense. Trial of Justice. Yeah, Trial of Judgment for the Hall of Judgment. Yeah. Trial of Justice. Challenges. Trial of Pathways in the House of Challenges. You have ADHD. I don't have ADHD. How many times do we have to go over this? Dios mío. My favorite thing is that one time I gave my players one of them slide and tile puzzle. Whoa, like with the little cars on it that you gotta like shift around. Wait, that's awesome. You just literally gave your players a brain teaser. Like one of those like toy brain. Yeah, play with this. Play with this. I'm gonna go get a coffee. Dude, that's sick. You can change it to the Hall of Justice and he meets the Justice League. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's there and Superman comes out and he goes, "Hey, how's it going, citizen? House of Science." The classic. The classic. House of Redemption. Yeah, one of those pictures ones that I chopped up to match thematically. Of course, I summoned the monster that made up the tiles, but like, you know, that's so cool. That's such a fun thing to do, though. Wait a minute. That's actually so fun. Congrats, you solved the puzzle. Now you're fighting it. Huh? Wait, what? No! Oh, Dios mío. Yeah, I like that. So for the trial of truth, what is he confronting? Law and chaos. What is a good way to represent a trial of law and chaos and truth between the two? In representing both as like concept, like, you know, a very like order versus chaos, and these are the choices, and neither, you know, and walking the fine line between the two is the actual, like, that's the beneficial answer. The answer should be having some of both. You know, enough so that if you put it into like a mathematical equation, you would equal, they would cancel each other out. You would equal 0. Yo, Canadian Aldo, Mr. Knapp, what is this? This is Adventure D&D prep. You know, this is some adventure prep for a solo thing that I'm doing, that I'm running for a friend of mine. He's going through the Duat, baby. He's getting on Ra's sunboat, except it's not Ra, and there's no sunboat, and it's kind of just loosely based off of that vibe. I can't finish the frame, but I will get a good bit done in some of the mosaic that isn't even needed to be finished until the end of March. But I wanted to get a jump start. Hey, look at you, forward thinking. They're put on trial. Ooh. But I mean, that makes, I like that, but that for the trial of justice? Yeah. Well, because that the Hall of Judgment, the Hall of Judgment, where souls come to have their hearts weighed upon the scales of, not only of Anubis, but the scales of penance? Sure, for now. It's a little too biblical. Wait upon the scale of penance against a feather. Very classic, very Hall of Osiris. Their heart is weighted with all the deeds. Yeah, it was weighted with all the deeds formed in their life to assess the purity of it. I'm gonna change purity and penance, because that's just, that doesn't fit in the way that I want it to. That's not exactly what I'm going for with that. You want a good law versus chaos? Put into the trolley problem. Yeah, but that's more of a morality problem than law versus chaos. Like, there's like law versus chaos. Simplest way to explain law versus chaos, like, are you lawful or chaotic in terms of an alignment ideal, is, do you stop at a red light in the middle of a country road, no one's around, no one's coming, do you stop? Do you still stop for the light? Not taking into like, oh, well, yeah, there might be cop cameras, right? It's like, do you follow the rule that you're meant to come to a full stop at that light, wait for it to change, and then go, or do you not? And then that's do you know, those are the like little implicits, like, oh yeah, do you follow, like, are you lawful? Like, do you believe in a rule of law? Or are you more chaotically oriented in the idea that you're like, well, no, it doesn't really matter what the societal structure says. It's more about what best fits what you need in that moment. You know what I mean? Neither is necessarily better than the other. They're just different. Could be true. Specialized trials where they come to terms with past decisions. See, I do like that, but that's actually exactly what the second and third house are. So the third house is a trial of courage to see if they would choose to leave or offer a second chance to a past family member. So they got their brother locked up and incarcerated in their backstory, and it's going to be a meeting them again, reliving the last conversation they ever had with that family member. And it's like, yeah, do you do something? Like, do you regret that decision? Do you not? Either option's good. It's purely about what does your character think or feel or want to do. It can't truly change the past, but have your feelings on it changed? Putting your grocery cart away, boom, trial of long K. Yeah, quite similar. Like, yeah, the grocery cart problem is, a question of like, do you do things purely because it's the right thing to do? I barely stop at stop signs. They're different colored yield signs as long as they're good sight line. Do you get cancer or get a big stock in Big Pharma? See, but that's not law versus chaos. You're looking at morality there. Like, law and chaos are not necessarily moral lines to be drawn. Is kind of my point. It's not good versus evil. Law and chaos is because, you know, either publishing the cure for cancer or getting involved with Big Pharma, both are lawful actions. There's no chaotic element to that. Uyghur cancer get assassinated by the CIA is crazy. It's much more about if you were on a crew and you're like, you know, the captain died and you need a new captain, and and it's a vote to see who gets to be captain, and the people voted and they appoint this new captain, and the new captain sucks. Do he's incompetent, not necessarily to the point of like everybody dying because of it, but it's like, you know, they're just not a very good captain. Do you still like listen to their commands or no? If no, then you're not lawful. If yes, then lawful. And that's just like there's the black and white of it. There's shades of grays between them, sure, but when you're trying to actually make like the quandary between those two, it's not about the shades of gray. It's, you know, which of these two. You're given two choices. Which do you lean towards? You know what I mean? Anyway, adios, this is the Napoleon. Later, Canadian. Have a good rest of your night. Trial of bravery. They have to figure out what they have to ask for help, because that is the bravest thing they can do. Count based. What if I cure cancer and then join Big Pharma, charge a fortune for the cure, and become mega rich? That's still within the law. That's nothing about that is non-lawful. That is still a purely lawful thing to do. There's no law. Oh my god. Dios mío. What a time to be alive. I think, honestly, gang, I think this is probably as far, we got several done, and I think this is probably as good as we'll get, because the next bits are very futzy, where I need to consult more backstory items, probably do a little more research, and so on and so forth. Trial of truth with theme of law and chaos, maybe a library. Do they follow the social norms of being quiet and not reckless, mucking around with the books? Ooh. So maybe a non-combat encounter. Because yeah, this trial originally is in the actual duat is they come across some effectively damned souls to be executed. And it's about witnessing the law being carried out upon those that would subvert it. But I wanted to subvert that. Library. I don't know what in particularly. But I like something about the library. Something about that I really dig. for an exploration of so Ma'at is the goddess of truth, so it's truth, law, chaos, and truth. How many players is he doing this solo? He is doing this solo, yes. So I gotta be a little careful with the combat stuff. It's like, yeah, let's see what's reasonable, not easy per se, but not ungodly, unbalanced. Because the expectation is this is a trial undertaken by a single individual. So it's not odd that he's taking it on no trial of sacrifice. You say that, but there is for overextension of self. So the trial of temperance, where there will be the demand of the confused and needy souls. It'll test his ability and compassions. Because paladins have long hands, which means you can give up life and stuff like that. If he gets to 0, I will give him the option to drain his own hit points to continue to heal these people. And if he chooses to like fully overextend and exert himself to the point where his character drops unconscious, that's equally going to be a quote-unquote pass. Like, it's a passage. This is not to judge. These passages are designed to not be like there was only one right answer. It's whatever answer the PC makes is gonna work to some capacity. It'll just have ramifications as to how the other trials go, and how a lot of this is about him finding the piece, like finding the character, if that makes sense. Trying to, like, none of these are gonna, like, are there with the design to like obliterate him. And it's not like he's gonna become filthy stinking rich from this whole thing. And it still has challenge to it. But it's about, like, who are you? Because this challenge is a descent into the Well of Ages, is what it's called in universe, or rather the Voyage of Memory is what I've called it. And the Voyage of Memory was undertaken by the would-be vizier of the Kingdom of Aqaba. And that was because it was designed to test if they would make a good vizier, a good caretaker of the stewardship and memory of the kingdom. So it's and by getting this hand at the end, he will have the wealth of knowledge of all the past viziers because they live within that hand to some capacity, or rather, they inscribed information onto crystals that can be put into the hand, because the hand's missing fingers and the fingers are crystals. Because again, it's based off of the Outer Limit 1950s show, where he found a crystal hand that would have little missing fingers, and the hand could tell himself. But it's a great lore delivery device, because then the hand is designed that, like, if they have questions and I don't have answers for them, or I don't want to give them the answers yet, then the answer from the hand is, some stuff about it, and then the rest is just, insufficient memory. I am incomplete. I could serve you better if I was complete. And that's just because that's the answer that the hand in the show always gave. And the idea there is literally like, oh yeah, if you go find the other fingers, if you go questing for those other fingers, you'll get more information. Or judging people's lives from their Book of the Dead. Ooh. Ooh. Passing judgment on lives. Yeah, I do like that to remove it and not be him being weighed against it, but him being involved in the weighing of souls. Give him an option to break his oath. That is, you know what? That should also be in the trial of probably justice. Probably this passing judgment on others. It'll give him a chance to, he could break his oath. And if he breaks it, and I'll let him know, and maybe he will. I don't know. Who's to say? The book contains people's lives, stories, and the PC needs to vote if the souls are punished. Does the PC follow the letter of the law? Does he take different approaches, understanding that sometimes laws need to be broken? Or that not necessarily, like, just because something is a law doesn't necessarily make it moral. Yes. I like it. I like it. I think that that will probably fit best into the trial of justice, which is going to take place in the Hall of Judgment where they're weighing souls. Whereas I think the library exploration I still think is interesting, but trial of truths, I think I know. I think I know. Oh, I think I know. Exploring the legacy of the biggest dominion and how the kingdom of how and why split away. Exploring the what's it called? The Great Separation and the Churn. The I love setting PCs loose in libraries. Go get it! See, the other good thing about this is at the end of all this, this hand will serve. It's only got three of 6 fingers in it right now, which will mean that he. Sorry, it only has 2 of 6 fingers in it right now, which means that he will only be getting a 17 intelligence from it, but it basically will work like as you get more fingers, like a headband of intellect, where it's like, oh yeah, you can get up to a 19 intelligence, or well, a 20. I think 21 maybe, yeah. Should roll for how many books are mimics, but the library is so stacked with books. You just see us rattling of mimic feeds stuck between or under books. Oh god. You know what? Mimics in a library I actually don't dislike. Mimics? Why is it didn't bother? Judgment on passing judgment on past lies, role playing encounter, puzzle. I like it. I like. I think, because yeah, we're definitely only really gonna get through these. Maybe the 6th house at most. There's no shot we get all the way to the 7th. You know, and even then, I think we'll only get to the House of Arrest. I think those 3 houses will take up our session. But always over prepare, never under prepare. That's just the plight of a DM. But anyway, gang, I think we'll probably call it here, just because the rest of this is going to be a lots of little futsy bits. Little like, ooh, do I like that name? Do I not like that name? Do I and so on and so forth. So I don't know if that'd make good. I think I just have to go away and ponder names and orbs and the like, you know. But 99, that is it. Anyway, thanks so much for coming out. I hope you all enjoyed. This was an odd and different stream than I've ever really done. I don't tend to bring my D&D process out onto stream. But I had fun. It was enjoyable. I hope you guys got some sort of enjoyment out of it as well. If nothing else, I hope it gave you the desire or feeling to want to go make something and run something for D&D or the rest, you know? Either way, I hope you all had fun. I will see you later this week. I'll see you Friday. I want to watch you big baby days. No, you don't. Oh god. Well, Janice, thanks so much for coming to the stream. Thanks so much for having have a wonderful rest of your evening, a great rest of your week. Keep your bones together. Keep fighting for ancient fertility rights. And I'll see you next time. Budget. Budget. Budget.